I greet you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And my name is Everest Umba, and I'm here with one of our community member, David Philpott, who is with us. Good morning, David Philpott.
Good morning, Everest.
Okay, thank you for coming in the midst of us, and I believe that today we are going to be sharing something that's come really from our hearts about this community of Wynberg, which we believe that we have been placed here for a reason, for a purpose, for a time such as this. Just to give you a little bit of background, I'm basically from the DRC, and I came here in 2007 for to complete my master's study, and I still have a PhD pending. And I've been passionate about community work and passionate about the poor and uplifting them, and as well as addressing the issue of drug abuse. And I came here in Wynberg. I started in OBS with Life Change Ministry, which is a registered organization with an NPO number today since 2011, and today we have been in Wynberg since 2011, since when just I finished my master's at UCT, and I came to do some community work here at the Heaven Shelter for a year, and then at the end of end of 2012, I've decided now to come out of the community, and we have an office in Wynberg. So I know for now we have office also different places, because we don't have a proper venue where we can run our program here in Wynberg, but we believe that together we're going to address that issue and to establish a religious movement. And the topic of today that I want to introduce to you, it's about the greatest help for the poor, and like I named that as a treatment center. What can we offer as help to the poor is to offer them a treatment center. So I have a biblical verses, as we are a Christian organization, Life Change Ministry. We are here to we aim to bring life and hope. And as a Christian organization, we use biblical verses to enlighten what we believe, what we share. And Matthew chapter 25 from verse 34 to 40, Bible says this. Matthew 25 from verse 34 to 40, Bible says this. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who have been blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you took care of me. I was in prison, and you visited me." Then the righteous will say to him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and give you something to eat, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you as a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and visit you?" The king will answer them, "Truly I tell you, in that you did it for one of the least important of these brothers, you did it for me." I repeat again, "Truly I tell you, in that you did it for one of the least important of these brothers, you did it for me." And I always have a question in mind, that imagine that God could come, and all angels could come among us in the form of a homeless person, or in the form of a person that our community is despising. So what will God say to you and I? Jesus is the Son of God. He was born in a manger from a small town and from a very poor family. He didn't even own a house. He was buried in someone else's tomb, and many people despise him. But as a Son of God, I pray that, and I hope that you will become more sensitive to the needs of our community. So for the past 3 years, I'm presenting you my research year for the past 3 years, because when I did 1 year research in Wynberg, I present my research at Carnegie 3 at UCT, where I've introduced the subject of the spending of the street people, the spending of the homeless in terms of tobacco. And I've assessed and I found out they were spending about between 400 to 1,000 rand per month on tobacco. And then I had to come across with a program which I had to start running. It was on healthy living program. Was a program that was helping them to understand the negative impact of tobacco. We also had a running club. All we were doing that in Wynberg. So, and then afterwards, I found out that there was a need to do a survey among the whole community of Wynberg. And I had a survey that done among about 30 people. And that survey, I found out that those individuals who are on the street, and some of them, they were on the street but reunited with their family right now through a program. They're spending between 30 rand to 200 rand per day on what basically they're spending them on drugs such as heroines, Dagga, and also alcohol is coming, especially generally it's heroin first and cocaine and alcohol, and then Dagga, and then the rest, tobacco as well, it has been included. So this gives an average of 900 rand to about 6,000 rand spent on a monthly basis by people on the street, as well as the rest of the community, some of the community members. And those people range, the age was between 20 and 60 years old. So, and in that same conditions that we have seen, so there is a facility right here in Kenilworth that is helping people to detox as well as to find treatment. It's about 1,000 rand a day. That's the cost to have access to those facilities. Such as in the US dollars, it's about 100 US dollars. So we found that there is a category of the community who could not access to those facilities because it's about 1,000 rand a day. So they cannot have access to those facilities, while the facility is just close by the area where they are all battling with drug addiction. So we have to try to find ways to address the issue. And what we observe as well is the consequences of these drug addictions in our community. The drug addiction in our community has caused the increase on criminal activities, and increase on HIV and AIDS, and such as even in my research that I present in Carnegie, I found a lot of HIV and AIDS and TBs linked to drug addictions. And also we also see in terms of the government is spending a lot on health, such as we have Victoria. Yeah, most of those guys who are battling in our community, yeah, they're going to Victoria Hospital for help. And we see as well the link on the family abuse, the child abuse, linked to alcohol and any form of drugs. We see the stealing, the theft in our community. We see homelessness is just keep on increasing. We see a growing number of vagrancy and the begging on the street and joblessness. So there is a link and degeneration of our environment, sanitation, which is because those guys they pee everywhere in our community. So this is what our community is facing. And you and I know the government as well as the community were trying to do something. They were providing shelters. We have a shelter here in Wynberg. They're providing jobs. They're providing food. They're providing clothing, which is great. But there is not much change. And we're asking ourselves, what is really happening and what shall we do? Is there a need of something else besides what we're doing? And today I believe strongly in my heart that there is a need in this community to establish something that is going to assist especially the poor and the rest of the community, which is called a treatment center for the drug addict. This treatment has to be affordable and accessible for the poor and the rest of the public. So We have here, as I said, we have here in this in our studio today, Mr. David Philpott. Mr. David Philpott, I know that you came here and you have been quite interested to know a little bit about life change, about what it's doing, because as we are presenting this program on the treatment center, it's going to be assisting the drug addict to be rehabilitated. It's going as well to provide about a money skills program. It's going to provide them as well as about the substitution treatment on drug abuse, some course on discipline, responsibility, accountability, healthy living, and job opportunity. So all of that is part of a treatment center, which include a preventative and as well as reproductive health care. So we're just not going to address the issue, treat the problem. We also need to prevent the problem by presenting different programs, such as I say, we're presenting the clinic with professionals, the qualified professionals who will be assisting, and then as well as with a different kind of program beside of medications. There will be nutrition wise. There will also be teaching and courses on disciplines, on responsibility, accountability, family reconciliation and stability. We also want to include a course on money skills, how they can manage their own finances. So David, this is an idea of what we want to introduce in Wynberg community, with a few professionals such as nurse and medical doctor, chemists, nutritionists, and counselors. So what is in your mind right now is a question that you are willing to ask to Life Change Ministry, as I'm representing Life Change Ministry. Yeah, Mr. David Philpott.
Everest, the community out there would be wanting to ask a few questions.
Yes.
And what has your program been doing up to date to address the problem of the drug problem on the streets of Wynberg?
Well, thank you so much for this important question, Mr. David Philpott. So, with the help of few individuals, a student in which we were studying together. So when I studied, there were some friends and colleagues who accept to support me with the help of individuals and some community members here in Wynberg. We have been assisting especially the poor and the needy on running support group. So we are running support group on the street. Yeah, we have some places, but we lost them based on many other issues around. But we're running them currently on the street. Every Wednesday we're doing a support group, and during that support group they have all kind of teaching about drug abuse, about family, about how they can pray and how they can address their own issue. Also we have a family reconciliation program where we are trying to connect them with their families, and those who succeed in such program, they manage to be reinserted into their families. And also we have another program that we launched 2 months ago on drama, where we are uplifting them, providing them some skills with another organization called Project 021. Is helping us to organize that drama classes, where they are going to play a show about drug abuse and homelessness by the end of the year. It's called Christmas Concert with the Homeless and the Drug Addict. So we are also running another program right now, currently a voluntary opportunity, where we are trying to give some responsibility to the guys on the street as to a former drug addict as well. We're trying to give them some responsibility. By the end of the day, we're giving them some transport back home. We're trying to assist in whatever way we can. So we are making sure that even 5 or 6 people who are coming currently with us, they have a cap. Also they have some food. And then beside of that, they're doing something in the community to assist us so that we can have enough survey. We do some survey, and as well as to have enough exposure to the public. So this is what we are doing currently with the help of few individuals in Wynberg community.
That's quite appreciable.
Yes.
You know, a question that always comes up is, where are you actually getting your funding from?
Oh yeah. So thank you for this important question. As I said, we have been knocking doors to the government and for for a long time, and we have not yet received any successful response. We're hoping that the situation will be changed, but by the end of the day, so what we do basically, we contact individuals, we present our program, we send an email, or we request for a coffee or a time to meet to chat about what is happening. And if the individual is feeling that is touched, you want to help, so they will subscribe. So we have a subscription form where they will sign probably once off on a monthly basis. So, and it comes from 50 rand, 100 rand, 200 rand, 500 rand, 1,000 rand, whatever amount is, it's helping us to run the program, and we are really accountable to them. Every single month we are submitting what we call a financial report, where they have an idea of what we have been doing with the money, from 5 rand, even 2 rand, 5, whatever amount. They will see how much we have received, from whom we have received them, and how this has impacted the community, with pictures that is attached to the program. That's what we do, at least on a monthly basis, to allow the community to be aware of what is happening and how we have been using their finances. So we also have a financial statement. We're giving them opportunity to the community. If they want to come and verify, they have that freedom as well.
Yes.
To come and check.
You know, this is a considerable hands-on.
Yes.
for a person like yourself.
Yes.
You know, what I'd like to know is who is assisting you with this work, considering how much time it takes, and what time, you know, do you actually spend doing this?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. David Philpott, for the question. So we have some Wynberg residents who are really passionate about what is happening, and some of them, they have some expertise on nutrition, they have some expertise on families. We also have a medical doctor who is really practicing, but we're sending some of our clients to him. And so we have individuals who are just passionate. They're coming from different backgrounds, and who are coming to help. They're about 4 or 5, and they're coming to assist me beside of the rest of the volunteer who have been street people for a long time, and now they are trying to assist me in whatever ways they can.
Yeah. Look, this being the nature of what it is on the street,
yeah.
What are your ideas and thoughts on establishing a centre or somewhere out of the weather that you can deal with this considerable amount of work?
Okay, that's an important question, Mr. David Philpott. So I've investigated on Main Road. It's there are such places that you can find, such as Grand Central. Grand Central, it's especially the office, 155 Main Road, opposite Pick and Pay. I've seen that tower. If we can have that facility on the ground floor, is a big facility there. We can have everything run there inside, in terms of the treatment, in terms of the teaching courses. We can divide them on different spaces, where about 20 or 30 people on a daily basis may be coming, as well as to receive any sort of help. So Wynberg Main Road and Pick and Pay, such as really in the hub of Wynberg, it's the best place where we can have this treatment, which I'm calling it right now is Wynberg Treatment Centre.
Right.